Hey, let's talk Sasha Banks, man, and Naomi. Taken away from WWE's internal roster, according to PW Insider, if I'm not mistaken. Is that the people who made the report this time?
Yeah.
We've heard a lot of back and forth on this stuff. We really have. They're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. They're in purgatory, whatever you want to call it. They are, who knows? Their status remains unclear. Today, I do believe Lince Dorado asked Naomi when they're going to do some lucha things, and she said, ASAP, brother. So that would lead one to believe that she's kind of on the open market, but without actually confirming as such. Let me just get a general feel from the both of you. Sat, are they gone or not?
When it comes to Sasha Banks, I say yes. Naomi is probably 1 foot out of the door. I feel like the other foot that may hold her back is probably the Usos, or because of how long the Usos family had a relationship with McMahon. So I don't know. Naomi for me is a question mark. I feel like with Sasha Banks, it's clear that they've had multiple chances to right a wrong. This ain't the first time she's had a falling out with WWE over creative differences. This is probably the final nail in the coffin for her. We've seen how she presents herself. She is Mercedes Venado, also known as Sasha Banks. She already knew in her mind that when she's left WWE, that's the name she needs to market. So she's already out there. She already has solicitors or lawyers getting ready, to try and release her so she can do what she needs to do. With Naomi, I'm 50% sure that she's leaving because she too has been misused. But the other 50, 50, isn't that 50, 50, 50, 50? Like 50, she's out the door. The other 50,
sure,
yeah, because it still would be like, hey, pal, we need you. I don't know. Vince. Oh, not even Vince. Stephanie. Hey, sister, we need you. Come on. Come on.
Come on. Who's that?
Yeah.
Who's that?
I'm doing Stephanie when she's getting that shrill voice. I'm doing Stephanie with my shrill voice for 2001 Alliance. Come on. Power slap her back into existence on the main roster.
But
Sasha Banks, 100% gone. Naomi 50%. They can always convince her at the last minute.
I had a Q&A the other day on Twitter, and I was asked a similar question. And I did, bless you, I did wonder if this Vince McMahon situation, I don't know how easy it is for Vince to go, but if he did go, I wonder what that would do for both women, because the principal, I mean, it's a very layered situation, but the principal thing was the creative broken promises and basically Vince at the helm treating them like crap creatively. If Stephanie's then in charge, I wonder if that would change their mindset. I mean, I don't know how familiar everyone is with this. Pretty much every woman I've spoken to on and off the record loves Stephanie. They really do. So you'd be surprised how much weight that might carry if she was in the power position. So I don't know. But then at the same time, I don't think Vince is going in my heart of hearts. Like, unless something dramatic is uncovered that forces him to get out, I do think he's just going to ride the storm because he is probably the thickest skinned bloke in history. SB3, where are you at in this situation, man? I think Sat has quite eloquently laid it all out. It's Sasha looks like she's more desperate to go, I guess, but then I think everyone assumed that anyway.
I think they're both gone. I just don't think that WWE, the last time they said anyone was gone was Bray Wyatt last year. Like, we had
but then why wouldn't Sasha or Naomi say they're gone then? Or why wouldn't that be common knowledge? I don't know.
It's a few letters that we've been hearing a lot lately. NDA. I think that this is a situation where they may be trying to ease things over, but it would be another big headline for WWE to deal with when they're dealing with a multitude of them at the moment. But by what these women have put online, it makes me feel like as of right now, they are gone. Can WWE rectify the situation and possibly Naomi back? Yes. Are they at the point where I just think that Sasha Banks just needs to run and keep running in that direction, like she's Max Mayfield running out the Shadow Realm? Like, I think that Sasha Banks needs to keep running up that hill right now, immediately. And Naomi, from what she's put out on social media, she she seems like she wants to go. She's over it.
Yeah.
She's kind of done with this whole like being misused, being mistreated. And I think that it was very telling, that Instagram post that she put out there, because I think a lot of people have kind of tried to create this narrative that it was all Sasha and Naomi was just being a good friend and a good soldier, just following her along. And Naomi put out that Instagram post that really showed that it's also issues with how she's been used. So I think that they both want to go, and I'm not honestly putting too much weight on the family, because I'm sorry. I mean, the family can help the Usos when they get a DUI, but when someone wants to go and go out the company, I don't think the Usos have that great a relationship with Vince McMahon. Roman Reigns does, but that's like
Roman would.
But that's like, but I'm sorry, that's like going through different levels. Like Usos is closer to that that chain, that telephone of, oh, let me talk to Roman, because they right next to Roman.
Yeah,
Naomi has to go telephone to Usos, then to Roman. That's an extra layer to go through. So no, I don't think that holds too much weight.
Yeah, no, I agree. But it's interesting because Naomi did say to me at Mania that she's at every show, she's literally with the Usos and Roman. Every SmackDown, that's who she's with, sharing the locker room, Heyman, every show, right? So she's obviously like close with them. But how much does that reverberate? Again, like I have no idea how it's played out, so I don't want to speculate. But the way that the reports kind of fed it was like Sasha was in the argument with Vince, right? So then you're kind of like, all right. I mean, again, you don't really know what's what. So you're like, okay. Either way, they both seem like they are kind of at peace. Is that the right way to put it? That they are leaving. Yeah. They do seem that way. You know, they're putting up those things. And I love Naomi. Every time I've interviewed her, get on great. I've interviewed Sasha a couple of times too. And again, just have mad respect for her resume. I think for what WWE will give her, she's probably already had the legendary CV she could possibly have there, because they should have appreciated her more, frankly. How she didn't have a solo match at Mania. They just went, yeah, we'll chuck her in a tag team. You look back and you go, we didn't get Bayley and Sasha at Mania. We didn't get the Four Horsewomen four-way, or just, this is a lot of things. And it's like when the Undisputed Era broke up and you were like, man, that's a lot left on the table we didn't get on the main roster and stuff. But that's just part of the course with WWE these days, I'm afraid.
It's very similar to the Shield. We got the Shield three-way at a B
once. Yeah,
we got the Four Horsewomen four-way at a takeover when it wasn't takeover, that type of, before it was really
that
takeover.
Don't count. Don't count.
I'm sorry. That's how I feel about the Shield three-way at Battlegrounds, because no one really remembers that like they should.